You hear that? Birds. I'm in nature. So back in the winter months of this year, I hatched an idea that I wanted to go out and hike 100 miles with a camera and just shoot and record it, and just test myself with new genres and shoot stuff I don't normally shoot and see if maybe I can discover something that I like to shoot that I never knew I should like to shoot. It's like normally I'm in like people stuff and cars and how humans interact, and out here there's not quite as much of that. I mean, I think I'm still gonna get a lot of those shots because a lot of our trail networks zigzag in and then through society, so there'll be moments where the two will overflow and it'll be like, here's something naturey with something humany in it, and that'd be a good photo. And I also suspect that many of these miles will also be through urban stuff, through the regular side streets and whatnot, because hiking doesn't always have to be out in nature, right? Humans are nature. I don't really see myself becoming the grand landscape photographer ever. I don't know why. Every time I try it, I like the experience of making those photographs, but I don't really care for the results. So I'm trying to think of what can actually do out here that I could find subjects for and make it maybe interesting for me. So one thing I was thinking was, it'd be cool if I just did portraits of people I run into out here, but I don't know, the whole virus thing, like, I do have a mask on me just in case I do run into a group of people, but I don't, like, even though we're not technically in lockdown anymore, it still seems kind of irresponsible to be like, hey, stop, let's get close and mix our spit. But maybe it'll happen, I don't know. Another little sub thing that I was thinking of doing is I have with me a close focus kind of macro lens that I have underutilized. So maybe just like stuff like this, you know, I got these little mushrooms on here. Just get in there and do kind of small scale nature, like little pops of color and whatnot. So that might be something I might do. And then of course is finding random trash in the woods. Actually, I'll just be totally honest. I'm really out here just so I can street photography a deer. That's the end game of this. If I could street photography one deer, it'll all be worth it. As always, if you see anything in this video that you think is a really good print and you want to own it, check the description because I'll probably have it for sale on my website. I think I need to get off the trail for a second and go bushwhacking, see what I can find. These things look like they have prickies. Yeah, and for the record, I don't really know my plants, so don't be surprised if I walk through like a big bush of poison ivy and have bleeding legs and all rashed up and miserable for the next week. That's what makes this fun, right? So I guess while I got a nice little shelter here for the background, we'll do a quick overview of the gear I plan on using. Mainly, I'm going to focus on using my Rolleiflex SLX, medium format SLR. Really loud, really clangy. I've had it for like 2 years now. Some people have trouble with these cameras. I've had good luck, so apparently I got a good copy. Kind of felt like I've underutilized it, so this hike adventure should be a good way to finally put some good use to this. Currently on it, I have a 150mm lens, which is not a focal length I'm used to using. I'm used to using a lot shorter stuff, so it's exciting to try something that's a little longer reaching, make me actually able to like reach out and grab stuff out in the distance instead of having to be right up against it. This is almost in its worst state for being heavy. Throughout this series, you'll probably see different variations of this. I might remove the prism and use shorter lenses. We'll see, you know, whatever I feel works better. Currently with me, I have 2 additional lenses. I don't think I need to open these and show you. One is 120mm lens, which is designed to be close focus, short length lens, kind of macro-y, so it'll be the one that I use if I want to shoot something close to me and haven't, like, really need to focus close. Then the other one is a basic wide angle in case I need to shoot something really wide. And since this backpack kind of sucks, you know, it's designed for hiking, not holding camera stuff, I didn't throw any more gear in here, but I do have another normal length lens that maybe I'll bring on some adventures. I don't know. Well, it'll kind of be a mixed bag of what I grab and bring with me every time I go out. For a while, I was considering doing this whole thing with a large format camera, which would make everything way more of a pain in the ass, but in the end I decided to just go medium format. It's more portable. I can keep more lenses with me easier, but there's no rule saying I have to use this only, so maybe when it's not so hot out, I'll do a few legs of this journey with a large format camera. Yeah. All right, enough gear talk. Let's get back to hiking. Okay, I lied a little. Before we get back to hiking, I gotta shoot this log. Look at that. It's got paint on it. You know what paint means? Paint means people have touched that log. It's an important artifact. Oh. Just twisted my finger in the tripod. Oh yeah, that's better, but I gotta back up a little bit. The damn mosquito in the eye. Additional gear check. You might notice I have a tripod. So normally I don't really carry tripods in shooting medium format. It's kind of handheld flash. But did a test hike a couple weeks ago and totally forgot that in the summer, all the overgrowth tends to block out the sun, so it gets real dark. So tripod it is, but that's cool because it opens up some more options on how I can shoot. So everything will be a little more formal, a little more composed than just slap shots, snapshots all the time, right? Yeah. So I think a reasonable thing to gamble on is which piece of gear am I going to send tumbling off a cliff first? And if it happens, will I get it on video? Place your bets. Ah, yes. The grand staircase straight into muck. Although, I do say that those little colors down there are nice pastel and blend together well. Guess I better shoot this. Fine, I'll take the backpack off. There we go. Yeah, contact. I do think this would be a great opportunity for the fall and just go tumbling down there. That would make great viral footage. But I do not want to give you that luxury. The viewfinder's all fogged up again. We're gonna drag the shutter a bit and let that water potentially get a little soft. Half a second. That's pretty much 45. Sweaty, so very sweaty. Gotta move up here, get away from all this white noise. Now this is a nice stump with some nice lighting. Guess I'm gonna have to smash it. Oh yeah, this is a total award-winning stump photo right there. And I want this to be pretty much as wide of an f-stop as I can get. 250 at 5.6, does that match my manual metering? Sure as hell does. Oh. Look at this. Humans cutting paths out of dead trees. It's kind of dark in these woods, but we're clicking this. Oh my God, so sweaty. Where are we at? 1/8 of a second. Well, I expect that photo to be very pretty. So I've discovered another stump that is kind of cool because it's all blasted away. Well, not blasted, I'm guessing it fell over and it's got cleaned up and that's just all the rippy parts. Okay, I've switched to the 50mm wide angle lens. Let's scout this out. Ooh, yeah. Can I hand hold it in this low light conditions? I'm not gonna risk it. We're gonna go tripod. I need to figure out a quick release sling for this tripod so I can just grab it like a broadsword and pull it out. Oh, got sweat in my eyes. Why does sweat burn? Oh my God. You know what? I brought a cable release and I haven't used it. Let's swap it out. Screw you in right in here. There we go. Looks like the most serious face I can look like I'm really making sure this is the best picture ever taken. Bam. 100 miles of photo hikes, day number 2. Well, not the second day in a row. Took a day to rest because I'm not that in shape yet. So the last one I did, I was packing some good old quality Portra 400. This time around I switched it up. I went to the Ektar 100. The thing about going down to Ektar 100 is Ektar, dark woods, really have to slow down that shutter speed a little bit more, so pretty much guaranteed to have to use a tripod in almost every shot unless I get into a field with sun or something. I guess I kind of hope that if I get the opportunity to street photography a deer, it's not on this hike. Just been pointing out something kind of interesting. Way up in this tree, there's a blue thing just dangling there. It's a rope connecting it into that tree. Not entirely sure what it is. Better not be a body in it. A parachute or something. Still no clue what it is, but whatever. Oh, it's documented. So I've gone about 1.5 miles without really having any bugs bother me. And all of a sudden they're like, oh look, a tasty snack. I don't like bugs. So let's get nature-y, shall we? Got some birch tree with some disturbed bark with all this green plant below it, and see that? I didn't do it. I've seen enough posts on these little local photography forums where someone like takes a picture of birch bark peeled back and was like, oh my god, you're killing a tree, and they're like, I just found it like that, and they're like, I don't care, you suck and you deserve to be canceled. So don't cancel me. Yep, was already ripped off. Fourth of a second to get down to an F8. If I was a smart boy, I'd invest in some bug spray. Mosquitoes are really starting to chew on me now. But until then, we've got some leaves that are just lit up from behind. Very, very glowy, glowy green. So what the hell? Might as well photograph them. That looks like the kind of stuff that sells. Ah, bites. Looks like about a full second is going to be the longest I could do this for. Wind has died down, so we're going to go with the fastest one. Pretty neat, huh? Exposure while it's not windy. By the grace of God, I have discovered civilization. I think I can handhold this angle. It's still pretty bright out. A bit closer. And that is the first leg of this hiking medium format, possibly large format film adventure. With roughly about 92 miles to go before I meet my goal in this project, there's still a lot of content ahead in this video series. If you've made it this far, either you're laughing at me or with me. And if you're laughing with me, well, maybe you should subscribe because there's plenty more of these coming down the pipeline. So until then, end of video. Bye.